Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to Health Matters Show. Indeed, your health really matters. Here, we serve you with accurate health information, which will help you to make informed decisions for yourself and your loved ones. I am your host, in the person of Mrs. Seidu. And before we continue this discussion, I'd like to ask you one question. How many of us have heard of the term sickle cell diseases? And how many of us know our genotype? If you do, that's wonderful. If you don't, not to worry. Which is why today we have met here to have this discussion for us all to understand what sickle cell diseases is and the need for us all to check our genotype. Today we are discussing about sickle cell diseases. And to help us understand this great health condition, we are joined by a medical officer from Kwesimintim Government Hospital. And last week he was with us, and this week too, we've really been privileged to have him on our show today. My dear viewers, before I introduce our special guest for today's episode, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to all our social media platforms so we could increase sickle cell diseases awareness and help ourselves from going through these medical conditions. Help me as we welcome our special guest for today's episode. Dr. Edu, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's really great having you here once again. As I said last week, we are looking forward to having you more often on our show.
Let's see.
Okay, so before I come to you, please, we are about to set the ball rolling for today's episode. Don't go anywhere. Stay glued to your seats. Let's go. So, Doc, please, when we talk of sickle cell disease, what is it about?
Okay, so when we talk about sickle cell disease, sickle cell, so a cell, like, let's say there's something wrong with the cell. Okay, so this is what actually happened. When we talk about the human being, we have our red blood cells.
Okay.
With the red blood cell, we have the hemoglobin.
Okay.
That part there, that helps in the carrying of oxygen to all the various organs. So when we talk about sickle cell, the hemoglobin is made up of proteins, okay, and the hem part. Then it has a sequence. You know, we have this, how do you call it, gene sequence.
Okay.
So with a gene sequence, with a sickle, with a normal blood cell, with normal person, we have the, how do you call it, the coding at position 6. We have glutamic acid. But when you come to the sickle, this position, the position 6, instead of the glutamic acid or the glutamate, it has been replaced by valine through a mutation.
Okay.
When we talk about mutation, that one, like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, that's how it is. So the mutation replaces the glutamate with a valine. So it's the normal one is, let's say, GAG. That's a glutamate. So with the adenine, the A is being replaced by, when you come to the sickle, is thymine.
Okay.
So it's at position 6. So when this happens, it makes the normal, let's say, morphology of the cell changes. So it becomes kind of clustered, or like in kind of some pattern. And this clustering makes it, let's say, polymer. They form a polymer. I don't know what to use. Let's say
Like
cork.
they are joined together.
Let's say cork. When you buy something from the store, like any gadget, the white patches or the black, that cork. So that's how the cells becomes. And when it becomes like that, oxygen kind of tend to stack. So the oxygen that needs to be transferred, it isn't. So when this happens and the blood, the red blood cells, the cell is biconcave. It's kind of biconcave. So this biconcave, God made it so in such a way so that it'll be able to move smoothly.
Okay.
So that's why we have we say something like the laminar flow of the blood, like smooth flow of the blood through the vessels to whichever organ it has to do. But when there is a mutation like that and the cells becomes polymer, like compact or stacked like that, they tend to lose their shape. That biconcave shape is lost. Because when it gets to the cell, like the vessels, they are not able to get this laminar flow, this easy flow, because of how stacked they are. And with time, they become sickle. So when we talk about a sickle, like in harvesting rice, those who harvest rice, like in like the instrument that they use,
Okay.
it's like a knife, but it's curved this way. Or sometimes when you go to those butchers, they have the curved knife. So that's a sickle. So that's how the cell shape becomes. Instead of the biconcave nature, it becomes sickle. And when it becomes like that, that's when we have the complications and other stuff setting. So sickle cell mutation of the normal gene at position 6, instead of the glutamate, now is being replaced by valine, and that forms that polymer, and under deoxygenation state the cell shape changes to become sickle. So
Okay.
and so the name sickle cell because of how it looks like.
Look like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can I say look like half moon or something?
How
Half orange. Let's say you take an orange and you cut it into.
okay, you cut it into two. No, okay, let's say something like that. Even with that one, you see the
It
like,
has a round shape.
but this one
Okay.
is sickle. I don't know how to say.
Is it like it's curved or
It's
something?
curved.
Okay.
But it's not curved as in AC. A chair like that. Sickle knife that that they use in harvesting rice. They hold the rice branch like then they cut it like this. That's how it is. It's curved like that. So the names.
Please, how is the sickle cell disease different from the sickle cell trait?
Okay, so when we talk about the trait is, let's say you have a trace of it. So it's hemoglobin S.
Okay.
You understand? Instead of the normal hemoglobin A, you have hemoglobin S. So if you have a trait, it's supposed to be AA, AS, So if a person has a trait, it means the person has one of the sickling.
Okay.
One of the sickling cell attached to the normal one. That's what we say, the AS people. So that's a trait. You have a trait of it, but it's not the complete sickle cell.
And looking at it's like sickle cell diseases is more common in Ghana and most African countries. Can you help us with?
Okay, I don't know. God, in His own knowledge, let me put it that way, like made it so because how do you call it? Those with the traits, the how do you call it? The malaria parasite, when they even feast, they are not able to like get how do you call it? Infected with the malaria because we are. I don't know how God made this. So those with the traits, when they are bitten by malaria, sometimes they are bitten by mosquitoes infected with them. They don't get the parasite. Unlike those in the United States, like places they don't have. So that's how God made it. I don't know whether God knew that in the trophic part of the world, like Africa, will be prone to. So He made it so. So that's why.
Also, if you have the sickle cell traits and mosquito bites you, the possibility of you getting malaria is quite.
Yeah, mosquito is very selective. Mosquito is one. That's a very select. I don't know. God is. I don't know. You're taking go like I don't know how God made it, but it's very selective with even the food that it takes. So if the food which is not good or which is not of a normal shape, it won't feed. Aha.
Thank you so much. So my next question is, how is sickle cell diseases inherited? But before I come to you, I'd like to talk to the audience.
All right.
So please kindly take note that this is part 1 of our sickle cell diseases series. We are doing it in 2 parts. Yeah, so on our next episode, we'll come your way with part 2 of sickle cell diseases. So please do well to send in all your questions, comments, share and subscribe. The conversation is still ongoing and we are discussing sickle cell diseases. Back to you, Doc. So please, I was asking, how is sickle cell diseases inherited?
Inherited. Okay, so it's inherited from the parent.
Okay.
Right. A child with no fault, ignorant, doesn't know anything. 2 people come together in the name of love. Then they give birth. Then a child happens to get it. So if a man has a trait and a woman too has a trait of it, let's say both AS, and they marry, when we do the crossing, you have let's say 25% of the kids getting it. But it's so unfortunate that you can have all your kids
Having that. Okay.
Others too, you can have how do you call it, the one for they are okay, nothing will happen. Like, and others too, none at all, or let's say AS, they will just have the trait.
Yes, okay.
So, but I don't know. Those with the trait coming together to marry, then giving birth to, let's say, another AS or normal kid, it's just very few of the population of sickle cell population, like the parents, is very, very few. So, let's say mother is a trait, father is a trait, they come together, they can give it to the kid. Or mother is a sickler, SS4, and the father is AS, they marry. That one there is very, very, very serious. Or both if they are. But if the mother is SS, the father is AA, and they marry, that one they will all be, let's say, careers.
Okay.
But your kids will be normal. You can have normal than those with careers. So it's inherited from the parent.
The parents.
Yeah.
Okay, so if mother A and father B are both having the sickle cell traits, possibility of the child having is a bit high.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, how is genotype testing, or why is genotype testing important?
Okay. Genotype testing is important because now today in the name you love yourselves.
So please, okay, so can you help us understand genotype itself, then we talk about.
Okay, so gene, no type.
Okay.
The type, so it's just a trait. So when we started, you remember I told you about the genes.
Okay.
So the genes, like the hemoglobin gene, what actually the person inherits. So that's the genotype. So it's a gene and a type of genotype and the type of it. So it's just like a coding of it. So for us to know the genotype, your genotype, you come to the hospital, we do the sickling. Okay, the sickling is positive, the sickling is negative. Then we now have to go further to find out the type. If it's positive, what it is.
Okay.
So we do the HB electrophoresis.
Okay.
So the HB is hemoglobin. So electrophoresis, like we use machines, electronics to actually find out what the gene coding is. So the machine would tell us per the coding, per the genes coding, like what I did. This person is a carrier, this person is a sickler, this person. So the machine will break it down to let us know. So we do the HB electrophoresis to know the genotype that you carry as an individual. So let me use this and say we normally advocate that before marriage. Now churches do it, and it's very, 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 very good. I think they should just continue. I don't know about the Islamic people, because now most, like, let's say, cases of sickle cell, most that we see, like at Kwesimiti, mostly you see that the parents are Muslims. You see,
Okay.
so I will not say that with the Christians it's not there. It's still there, but now it's kind of reduced. So with the Muslims, sometimes it's those who you check their education background, it's not there. Let's say these travelers who come in there, those from Niger, and it's very low. So I think we use this opportunity to tell their imams and stuff, so that proud to them marrying, they have to let them also go through, then do all these tests to confirm it before. But with them, they have strong beliefs about because somebody might go and betroth the kid whilst young. After when you know, because unfunny because of the genotype. So, but I think gradually we'll get there. So, in as much that you love yourselves, please do check, know your genotype, because the journey ahead it's not what you think. Yeah.
So please, can you break the genotype down for us? Those who can marry, those who cannot marry.
Okay. So
compatibility.
if I'm AS, I must marry to AA.
Okay.
Must. It's a must.
Okay.
So that I'll be safe.
Okay.
I will not say that I'll marry to another AS in the name of love. Then I'll believe, I'll pray, I'll have faith that my kids won't be, how do you call it, SS. That one, you can't tell. Giving birth is a probability. You getting a male, you getting a female is a probability. Science is trying to calculate, okay, per the months, per the time that you had, like all these things. But still, it's changing. So don't. So as it's a must. If you are AS, your partner should be AA. Okay. If I'm AS, I know that I'm AS. All right. So, them I can say AS. You shouldn't get a partner who is also AS.
Yes. Okay.
So in your courtship, you try and go to any hospital, then do the electrophoresis. You both, then okay, I'm AS. You're also AS. Let's come to it. Just agree. One has to stand. Say, oh, there be still, maybe, but still, because and they all can say, oh, miracle will happen, and I say, please, it was a best no moment of beginning. So it's early, then you go and seek counselors, then they counsel you guys, then you stop it. Okay. When you are stopping, you're not stopping because you don't love the person. No. Somebody obi a wope bibi pa amano e wana brabom, even so your ex cry say mujai on a good note, like sometimes you wish the best for the person. And only obi a wope no. No obi I say like, oh me yes so yes, but still young worried. No. Emwa you the man, and I will about obi to me and say oban or pray because of what you have, but let her understand. Go ahead. You can also as well get somebody. That's why they be me when like as you when we meet, I tell people like build yourself. No matter what you are doing, try and build yourself. If you're a female or male, build yourself so that your life your husband then he will support you with whatever you are doing. I'm a business, it will go like quick. But I say you've not built yourself. And no sign of no, but the question if you are AS, don't go AS, don't go SS. Okay. If you are AS, you can go somebody who is AA. Good. Okay. If you are AA, you can go somebody who is AS, who is SS.
Okay.
So AS to AS, no.
No.
SS to SS, no.
No.
And even when we come the other hemoglobinopathies, the SC.
Okay.
SC is where A SC to SC, no. I even advise SC to AS, no. So
Still.
any of it that has the trait, it
Okay.
should be somebody with AA.
Okay.
Yes. And I had ubenya was so no oba. We say debia ya suffer na mo ka say obeware oye ya pray. Nyankopon de wo de ebeba ne ade. Sometimes you dream say ebu a ye ka say na Nyankopon obeyi besia na ode aba na say obeyi aba because God knows your specs. God knows that osimesi opa sebe nechi edoso owonfo oyese owa like those we the opa oyetia oyese God knows us. Or say we cry he knows the number. So that means he knows us true and true. Into wo be man no another oba no God knows your spec. Nje bo we koshia obi a oye AS so ye AS oye o spec a wo man akona ye o ya say me dey nye bi no. Leave it to God. Then do the prayer. Like audio bi beba or your speaker. Bibia ye kronjin. So before you promise that promises here akoye a fashion before you go ahead to promise the person marriage or make sure you know your genotype. You know your genotype because with the others now because of medications we can deal with it. Even with a sickle, we can do it, but it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So please, we've gotten to know who and who can get married. Personally, I remember way back at the facility, we lost a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old girl because she had sickle cell. And the aspect that really got me sad and really had me have this passion for sickle cell was that December na chicken you're going out, going to church. This girl was practically lying in bed, struggling for her life. And I was so sad. I was there. Within the next 2 seconds, no why so. The moment you take your hands off the girl, no, the temperature just rises again. And when I heard the girl had passed, I went on off, then I came back. The girl is gone. Like, I was really shattered and home. So please, I'm really begging us, especially with the youths that are upcoming. Love is sweet, yes, I know. That time that we feel that butterflies in our belly, we feel like we are on top of the whole world. Yes, it's true. It's a good feeling. But please, if we enjoy this feeling and then later on, somebody comes to pay for the enjoyment we've had, like what, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So please, let's do well too. If possible, for us to save ourselves from going through all the stress, check about your dating now.
Sure.
Oh, I like you. Oh, I like you too. What's your genotype? You know, Doc, it's like the youths that are coming in, we often like asking, what have you eaten? Have you done your hair? Send me pictures. But I think I don't like Bema or socks red. I don't like a man with beard. I don't like short guy. I don't like tall guy, fat, slim. But I think it's about high time we make this question, what is your genotype? One of our red flags.
Sure.
If a gentleman or a lady doesn't know his or her genotype, we shouldn't just date that person.
Oh. And I make kind of like it's because of the staff obeying free nipa kono
We don't mind.
I don't care. But it will get to a time you care.
Okay, that
yeah,
one.
And it's hectic. It's not easy. It's not easy.
It's really not
because
easy.
sometimes when the parents are mobile hospital with their kid, you could see that they really want to do something.
But
so baby, they maybe so a drop. Like, sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy, and the medications you give for like those, like going and coming. Even quite fed up. Even the kid, and Kolano Krano movie, it's the and yeah, I did be a did agro. Nah, we shouldn't. Shouldn't play with it. So tell your Wokano, what is your genotype? It should be our anthem. But what is your genotype? Open me, Matthias. What is your genotype? Yeah, then okay, you have a proof in here. Yes, and you two
We
are good
surely do that.
are good to go.
We surely have to do that.
Yeah.
A better team. Campaign. What is your genotype? No genotype, no dating.
Sure.
Yeah, so please let's keep that in mind. So back to you, Doc. So please, what are some of the signs and symptoms that will show that this person is having sickle cell?
Okay. So with the signs and symptoms, um, hmm, I don't know how to take it. Like, do okay. If I say if somebody is a sickler, me say will be a sickler, me who not a trait, so a sickler. Ojinaha me who so a sickler
Okay.
because of the body, like send it. Ni cry echo see no cry, you see it.
Okay.
You will see some body part, you see the abdomen, you see some part of the abdomen. Okay, oshe ne nim. Ibu ane mama once owopo. Pa oshe ne ni. Ibu oshe ne ni no very yellowish.
Okay.
And as a very white. Oshe ne skin na eyes why pale bi. Why langa. Oshe ne skin and yet normal. Oshe ne nine. Kwa ibu ane nine afunfon. But top here na ye yi kakra like. These are the stuff. Say any health person be who sickler. When you who nipa na ohwe no 1 2, baby say we are sickler. Obekɔ na oye because of how they look like, how they look. Even see you, the condition is even different. Like Oma will look be a wo cry here way you get it. So it's not easy, but a bit more how who one here and those ones we want to say parents do not have taking time. Say they've put much into their feeding, a whole lot of stuff. He or she doesn't go into the crisis near there. But so those are the physical but we also have in the hospital the crisis that they come with then also send make aside the physical and say where they are be once or complaining the joint so we have the crisis those are infants say the complications.
Thank you so much. So when should we seek urgent medical care?
Okay, so with a sickling we have complications and we have 4 main complications of sickle cell. Okay, we have 4 main complications. So if you see any of these, then, but in Ghana, or let me say, they normally come in pain.
Okay.
They are okay. So with the complications, we have 4. Let's say 1, we have something. There will be BFN VASH.
Okay.
VASH VASH. So first V no standing for vaso-occlusive crisis. So vaso being vessel, occlusive it's occluded, a blockade, and so what's there now a blockade moja. It's not say moja na a sickle no. Into me cause any echo. Into a way by then they tend to trap. Into when they trap, they normally get stuck at the joint.
Okay.
That's why they complain of joint pains. Because at the joint, that's why we have the bifurcations. I say we cause it. But because they are sickle, they tend to clot the normal car. So that's the vaso-occlusive. So the vessels occluded then it will lead to pain. Then we have the A. That's the asplenic crisis. Asplenic is a bone marrow that makes the red blood cells. In the asplenic, I say the red blood cells or the bone marrow is not able to make enough red blood cells. But either but near sickle na nipa ni mu na ni enye bone na ewo ni mu na nsa no, it being chopped like it being killed, but to replace no ewo form because the bone marrow is not able to make enough.
Okay.
That's the asplenic. So they also come with asplenic crisis or anemia. Then over with ohomia enye ye or na take kakra na wa bre why dizzy near the headache near the. Then we also have the S, that's the splenic sequestration. The splenic, I say the spleen, our spleen is here, the left side of our tummy. Into a collab of bones and near phone, I to she, and most look by this side once a baby, I'm be, I'm muscle, so that's the spleen. I can see than the usual. Aha, since this guy yes and say the spleen yankopon and say like it should filter the blood. So in a normal person the spleen filters the blood. E wonye maybe a edi more near the microbes in the blood. I say a sonye be aha, it also traps all those blood na I sickle no red blood cells na because the hemoglobin na sickle no. The spleen will, let's say, take all this, engulf all this, then they get tracked there. Na ama spleen no I guess in there cause once a crab or a crowd say mama me yefunya me aha spleen is a kese na ba it enlarges. Yakopon say dahasi. So when it enlarges, it goes from aha to her into all the other side no. There are nerves there near the vessels or what. So we trap on those vessels, then they will give the pain. And I always started or complaining with pain near there. Then we have the H. That's a hemolytic, like hyperhemolysis. Hemolysis is just a breaking down of the blood cells. The blood cells, it break it down faster because with a normal human being, your red blood cells, every 120 days, new one, ever, it replace it. But with a sickle, in 120, it's 90 days. They just said the breaking, it's faster than it being replenished. In the every replenish, okay? So there's hyperhemolysis. This uncle for some to obeba no, baby send mommy, the juice what is a just the juice what to say coke, and I to say malt. No, say there is hemolysis. Sani pakrono. If we check HB, you see say we normal, but it's not normal because of what is going on, because there was an ongoing hemolysis. In the other side, so we are fast, then you intervene here. Then we also have these are the major crises or the major complications. Then we have a bit of the acute chest syndrome, because mojano IS sickle no, it's not able to enough of the blood is not able to get to the lungs. Because it's not able to get to the lungs, person comes with respiratory issues. Now, who means is so he or she is coughing near their hand. Then it tells that if the person is a sickler, then comes with such. You know, we say, oh, we near acute chest syndrome. I don't know. I say, we are in term. Why in term or Jakwa? The person will just die. Because I had a UCC student level, was it level 300? I was at Cape Coast, house officer then. She came, I think it was during the COVID time. So when she came, like, I said, but she came in the acute chest syndrome or with that crisis. But because it was the COVID era, we thought it was COVID. So they have to be, COVID or mobile who screen you, who say about with those symptoms of cough and nose smear near the end. They are more isolated. So we isolated there. Then I was taking care. Indeed, with a history, name or a sickler. So me informing my boss. Then we started what we have. But I said COVID abe boom kakra. When you COVID, the COVID is not positive. No, we have a council, and we lost it. It was very, very bad. Come and see the parents. I learned she was a first class student. Who, like the parents, even the colleagues, classmates, like, so it's unbearable. It's unbearable. So
I just wish we can do something. But unfortunately, you can't go and lie down for the child. Then the child will be you. Most often our parents wish they can do that. But unfortunately, we can't do that. So to save ourselves, let's try and do the genotype testing. If possibly, during our dating period, or before we get married. And recently I had an issue that some people wanted to get married and they did this genotype testing and the result that came out was AS for both. And luckily enough, one of the marriage counselors was a doctor. So he took his time and then he went through with them the consequences if they should get married. And the man did so well. He stood on his grounds in as much as not like hey, giving up on love and those stuff.
Sure.
He stood on his grounds. He spoke to the lady. They separated. Today they are both married and they have their kids. There's peace of mind.
That is it.
Financially, you are stable. The money you use it to buy sickle cell drugs, you can use to do donations.
Sure.
You can use to buy something for yourself.
Sure.
So please, let's do well in them. Do the necessary things to save ourselves.
We shouldn't wait to get there, like counseling, marriage counseling, then this stuff. So it's good to know it. It's good to know it. Then send your kind na we share nipa no so pe oni ade na pacha wo de ye sen media ye say who say like nipa no pe no o pe no we dey mistake me and tentem na
check it.
No one check it, then you know what's up, then you know where this relationship is going. Then just
depression is real.
Yeah. Sickle cell, it's not easy. Sometimes when they come, you look at the parents, they are very depressed. You have to sometimes sit with them, talk to them, and all that. There was one man who a bread, like the mammy no munina a bread, like Niska, way yare, no way kotomoja, no yes, it's stressful.
It's really serious. Please, let's try and do the best. So please, my next question, my last question for this episode is, there are some myths, and I say sembia kofoka about sickle cell. Can you tell us some myths around sickle cell disease and then what actually is the real facts on ground?
It's in the baby like most of the myths has to do with spiritual.
Okay.
Spiritual. It won't say my warrior no efe sika wumni ade and ebusiafo na to yare we ama momba no and I say so with Africa in general, most of the myths of most of the disease conditions in spiritual. Akorabi onya crisis no. I think the parent they didn't know their genotype. I don't want to mention the name. I'm going to go pay baby Okodawa Moshe still at the end of I'm going to hospital. Yeah. After you test here, akrani you see your mom parent ne test omunya carry omodia ko oban say na china e akwa oh like so what's say obi ne usande na ware nti wa yemba then we have to explain to them. So Africa, because most of the myths we have, it all has to be spiritual, obi, but it's not so. So know your genotype. Yeah.
In the Bible says, lack of knowledge, my people perish. Which is why Health Matters show, we don't want you to perish at all. So we've come your way to help you understand what sickle cell diseases is. Sickle cell diseases is not contagious. It's only inherited. It is not only young people who get it or adults who get it. Young people can also get this condition. And mostly they say that sickle cell people cannot live long. They do live long. If only you take your medications and then you go through regular checkups, it will help you to live long. You can exercise, stay hydrated, and all these things can help you. In our next episode, we will look at the management and the preventive measures to help somebody who has sickle cell diseases and also save ourselves from having sickle cell diseases. I am in the person of Miss Inseidu, and I was your host for today's episode. Don't forget, we discussed about sickle cell. See you in our next episode. Bye.